every day in Nigeria. Women and girls are sexually assaulted and raped. They suffer endless trauma and pain from these attacks. Rape and sexual assault are illegal acts of violence that endanger the life and health of women, and yet, most of these women are overlooked while their abusers walk free. For too long, their cries for help have been ignored by most. But help is here. Others see their vulnerable position as an opportunity to further prey on them. The Lagos State government has a zero-tolerance approach to dealing with cases of rape and sexual assault. Rapists will be prosecuted. If you have been a victim of sexual abuse or you know someone who has, please report it. Dial *6820# or text abuse to 6820 on Airtel and MTN network. We believe your story. Every African girl has the potential to change the world. Unfortunately, she is in constant danger of molestation and sexual abuse from neighbors, friends, and even relatives. Abusers do not always wear strange faces. The very people we trust our children with could be out to hurt them. Sexual abuse has been shown to have negative effects on children, lasting well into adulthood. We must protect our children. If you know any child who has been a victim of sexual abuse or is currently being abused, you are legally mandated to report it. *6820# or text abuse to 6820 on Airtel and MTN network. Report any form of abuse. We believe your story. Child neglect. Failing to feed your child and take proper care of them creates an avenue for abusers to prey on them. Seemingly kind strangers begin to feed, care, and clothe our children, essentially grooming them for abuse. They are young, naive, and innocent. They can easily be manipulated. Don't let your child fall into this trap. Child neglect is a crime in Lagos State, and so is sexual activity involving a child. If you know a child suffering from neglect, or an adult in a sexual relationship with a child, please dial *6820# or text abuse to 6820 on Airtel and MTN network to report at once. Remember, you are a mandated reporter of abuse. Contrary to popular belief, not all abusers are male, and not all victims of sexual abuse are female. Sexual abuse is not gender or age specific. Anyone could be a victim. Even young boys could be preyed upon. Protect your children from predators. Be careful who you trust your children with. If you know any child who has been a victim of sexual abuse or is currently being abused, you are legally mandated to report it. Please dial *6820# or text abuse to 6820 on Airtel and MTN network. Please report any form of abuse. We believe your story. Most couples start out happy and in love. They get married filled with hope for the future and the promise of a blissful life. But when the pressures of life start to rise, misunderstandings ensue, tempers flare. You can either choose a path of violence, which only ends in tears, heartache, possibly death, or imprisonment, or you can choose to walk away. Domestic violence is a crime in Lagos State. Don't do it. If you or anyone you know is suffering from domestic violence, please report it to save a life. Dial *6820# or text abuse to 6820 on Airtel and MTN network. Please report any form of abuse. We believe your story. Teachers.
They have the duty to impart knowledge, guide, and act in the best interest of the students in their care.
But some exploit this position of trust to prey on children.
If a teacher or any person in a position of authority makes sexual advances at you or asks for sexual favors,
refuse and report to a trusted adult at once.
Do not be intimidated by threats of violence or otherwise.
Dial *6820# or text abuse to 6820 on Airtel and MTN network at once to report. We believe your story. Hey you claim to be the street king. We all clamor for a young president, but you still allow yourself to be used to kill and loot our future away into the cold hands of death. You kill fellow youth that you were supposed to build this great nation together with, just for peanuts. You aren't the first person to come from the street. Lots of wonderful people come even from the slum, yet they hold great and powerful positions today. Let's use our useful days wisely. If you notice anyone causing a ruckus, please call 112 for emergency assistance. Every youth dreams of being educated and becoming successful. After graduation, the journey to get a good job starts. Work is not easy to come by. Hope begins to fade. Finally, a glimpse of hope. But it's dashed yet again. Depression could take over. Then suicide would be the next thing on his mind to end all the suffering. But wait, good news came from the call. Not everyone gets a second chance. Please, don't allow that sack letter push you to suicide. Don't kill yourself over the loan you took and can't pay back just yet. Don't commit suicide because you aren't doing well academically. Don't commit suicide because you were jilted. Suicide should never be an option. Quickly dial 112 if you see anyone trying to take his or her life for emergency assistance.